China. This place has produced just a handful of NBA players, but it may be home to the most basketball fans in the world. From the frigid north to the near tropical south, pro teams with ardent followers dot the country. But this famously guarded nation isn't isolated when it comes to basketball.
在我小的时候，我特别喜欢 Iverson。
The whole thing is centered around a cultural exchange. From the American imports that thrill the crowds at CBA games,
it was way more physical than it is, even in the NBA.
To the shockwaves Yao sent through the world. Everything is built around a back and forth. That's why if you show up to a coffee shop on a winter morning, you might end up catching an NBA game. The Chinese Basketball Association is the top pro league in Asia. It debuted in 1995 and is now made up of 20 teams. While only 6 players have made it to the NBA, it's the fans that represent China's hoop culture explosion. With the country's 450 million NBA viewers and its 300 million registered basketball players, it's no surprise why the league now has die-hard fan groups like these Guangdong Southern Tiger supporters.
大家都有關注 NBA 嘅。
我哋可能睇喬丹對斯諾頓啊，對馬龍啊。
你嗰個時間已經睇㗎啦？
係啊。
哇！
大蟲啊嗰啲，可能我比較。
大部分咧都係姚明時代，不過黃志志時代，不過20年時代。咁呢3個時代係一個非常之具有歷史性嘅時刻咯，即係對於中國人嚟講，大家都會關注。
These guys lead the fan group for the Guangdong Southern Tigers of the CBA. But once a week, they get together to watch the NBA, while most of the country is still waking up.
我比較中意傳統化啲嘅火箭啦，紅色啊嘛。然之後咧，一開始嗰陣時咧就
咁肯定係有嘅，因為姚明咧係一個中國，又或者中國人可能好多人講真咧就可能都唔識籃球呢個運動，大概知道姚明。
Now working one-on-one, Shanghai shake for 2.
所以就大家都會依家其實中國依家個籃球人口非常之多，包括我哋個東莞市，嗰個籃球人口係可能喺全國嚟講都係佔前列嘅，所以就其實呢個學校都係受佢影響都有關係嘅。
Catch the Tiger fans on a game night and you'll see what Chinese basketball culture is all about.
今日其實打北京我哋係好興奮㗎，因為都係好多年嘅對手，係啊，所以就希望我哋今晚啲球迷士氣都好旺盛，咁希望可以同球隊一齊並肩作戰，贏低對手。
不管發生什麼，我們都在一起，耶！
我今日作為一個指揮手嘅角色，咁咧就協助帶領嗰個球迷方陣座位。我覺得呢個應該成為一種常態，因為贏北京好，贏邊球隊好，我哋球隊應該會持續咁贏落去，都會有咁樣個鬥志同信心一路打落去。
The Tigers have been a powerhouse in the CBA for years, but they made noise throughout the country and the world when they signed Emmanuel Mudiay to a 1-year contract in 2014. The league had often hosted players with NBA experience, but never an American player on the rise to the NBA draft. We traveled with the current Knicks point guard on his journey into CBA culture, back when he was just 18.
I didn't really know too much about China. I only knew like Beijing, Shanghai. That's the only research I did. It was real humid. That's something that hit me first, was how hot it was. Dongwon, you ain't got too much over there. People like are grinding and stuff like that. The people, they kind of just looking at you like, where you coming from? Who are you? People coming, rubbing, touching your skin or whatnot. I was embracing it though. It wasn't like, oh, get off me, get off me. It was just like, yeah, I mean, I'm black. That's really what it is. Dongwon, I ain't know nothing over there. You know, I didn't speak the language. I ain't know nothing about the food. My mom was there, brother was there. I had Daniel there too. I think if I didn't have them, I probably would have been back in like the first couple weeks.
The Tigers have won 8 CBA titles and showed a Spurs level of consistency throughout their run at the top. When Emmanuel joined the team, they were coached by Du Fang, a former Chinese national team star.
在空位这个位置上能有一个更大的发挥，因为这个球队的这种速度也好，战术体系也好，需要后卫。我觉得他在这个队伍打球肯定会有很大的压力。其次，因为这家俱乐部也是中国最早的俱乐部，也是中国最好的俱乐部，所以球迷对我们的期望值很高。但是希望他把压力变成动力吧。
First practice, man, I remember our stretching coach, he had us doing some weird stuff. That's my guy now, but he had us doing some stuff that I'd never seen before.
Waves up and down. Waves up and down. Hey, gently. Hey, you don't need to do like this. No. Gently. Hold your stance, okay?
I felt comfortable from day one. I think I just had to earn my teammates' respect. The basketball part, I didn't think that would be too hard because basketball is just a universal language.
Passing to the center. You get down screen over here. Center is a 30 dome center. Set screen for small forward first, then away from him. There was then seeking opportunity when he using the screen. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
The majority of the Americans who come over to China are in their late 20s, they're in their early 30s. They've been professionals for several years. Everyone knew Mudiay was a high school player, and there was a very real interest to see how he was going to fit in, and I don't think people thought it was a clear-cut inevitability he was going to fit in.
God help me. My mom probably over there killing that fool. We need to find KFC ASAP or whatever, American.
I'm on it.
Beef ain't bad.
Emmanuel, look, when I cook at home, the rice is like that.
The rice was like that. The rice was like that.
The meat is the same when I cook at home. The vegetable the same.
But listen. I see you cook it. I don't see them cook it.
When you go to the restaurant,
that's different.
You see them cook it. Do you?
But I know what I'm eating.
No, don't be picky like that.
While Emmanuel was working on settling in, he was set to debut against a player that came to define the CBA for years, Stephon Marbury.
I am Marbury. We are all Marbury.
First game, They was making it a big deal just because I was the youngest player to ever come out of high school or whatever to play in that league, and I was playing Stephon Marbury. This dude's a legend over here. He got statues, Broadway plays that he plays himself in, which is kind of funny.
You could see he was nervous. He looked like he'd been thrown into the deep end.
First I was like, okay, you know, he's tripping, he's not finishing. Then I was like, they was elbowing him, like he'd go to the lane and just boom. And like the ref would just look at him like, okay, what, so what? And then I realized like, yo, this is not high school, they ain't gonna call that here. Man, they was so physical, man, like it was crazy.
This perception about Chinese basketball being soft, whereas in reality it's completely different. You have a lot of guys in Chinese basketball who want to make the foreigners work for their money. There's always going to be a place in Chinese basketball for hard fouls and rough stuff.
He was mad, but he was like, man, so I can't wait till we play them again. The next time we're going to get them.
It was way more physical than it is. Even in the NBA, to be honest with you, it's way more physical. People throwing bows, people dang near punching you in the stomach and all that stuff.
You playing football out there, man. You get CBA'd. We call it CBA'd. Somebody foul you so hard. Man. Woo. English. You may, okay.
对于穆迪埃来说，首先他的年纪也比较小，第二呢就是，他也是第一次，就是来到中国打球。那么有很多就是这边的环境，包括这个联赛，他需要就是更快的去融入到这个环境里面去，跟我们的队友，去形成默契，然后还有包括就是 CBA 的这个比赛，他应该怎么样去打。
Oh, the octopus? Octopus? Yes. 8 legs? Corn? That boy laughed. Hello. We about 3 feet taller than everybody out here.
I feel like I'm 6'5" today.
Yeah, I officially hit 6'8" today. I went out there second game, and I had 29. That game, I was like, okay, I've arrived.
Once Mudiay got going, people were really excited by what they saw. 2 games after the Beijing game, he had his first triple-double. Everything looked a lot more fluid, and he looked a lot more comfortable.
Put me out there, coach. Put me out there, coach.
Shooting straight jumpers.
Bro, they got a championship game going on over there.
I know.
We over here.
The championship game is going on. They over here watching you.
Even Daniel out here getting pubbed. That's what he do. He love that, though. He loves that.
Help!
Hey! Now let him go. Let him go. Get him. Get him. Yes! Yes! On your stomach, bro? Really?
After settling into the game and culture, Emmanuel and the Tigers started rolling. They rattled off 8 wins in a row, with Emmanuel filling up the stat sheet and leading the team.
Tenth game of the regular season, Guangdong are playing Xinjiang. 6 minutes in, Mudiay goes down, clutching his leg.
这个控球后卫打1号位，我觉得落地吗？哎呦，扭脚了。哦，
哟，这个情况不太好。
嗯。哎呦，哎呦，哎呦，扭脚了。
People think maybe it's a tweak, maybe he's just fallen over. You know, he doesn't get up, and it takes 2 players to carry him off the court.
Imagine, you know, you getting hurt in a foreign country, you don't know nothing that's going on. Basketball is just the thing that kind of, it's your getaway. You want to do that, that's what you went there for. But once you got hurt, basketball is just like non-existent now. Because I couldn't play, I couldn't run, do all that type of stuff. So Now it's just really like, what am I gonna do?
After his season was derailed by ankle injury, Emmanuel had a decision to make. Go home, rehab and prepare for the draft, or ride things out in China.
3, 2, 1.
I just told the coach, like, yo, I just want to stay. I'll just rehab with the team and do all that type of stuff. So when I started doing that, I found out a lot about myself individually.
Yo! Oh, yeah, you good?
70%?
Yeah, something like that. I'm good. You all right?
Waiting for you a long time.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yes, yes.
Trying.
My mom always told me, like, don't give up, because you never know when your name gonna be called. And she was like, your name's gonna be called.
We came to play today, boy. We came to play today.
That night, I had a dream that I came back. So then I woke up, and then probably 30 minutes later, the phone rings, the translator calls, and he's like, yo, coach wants to have a meeting with you. I go to the meeting, and as soon as I walked in, he just sitting there with the biggest smile on his face. He asked me, do you want to play tomorrow? And I was like, man, yeah, I want to play. Like, I've been waiting, I'm ready to play.
With the Tigers 1 game away from elimination against their rival Beijing Ducks in the CBA semifinals, Emmanuel was called back onto the roster by Coach Du Feng. It was his first game back since going down with injury, but the stakes couldn't have been higher. The season was on the line, and so was Emmanuel's legacy in China. Marbury had led the Ducks to back-to-back titles and was a titan in the CBA. A win against Marbury could make Emmanuel a legend for a lifetime.
No one knows what to think because Mudiay hasn't played for 2 months. Marbury is playing really well. No one knows if Mudiay can keep up with the pace against Beijing.
这个我们自己微博的直播帖下来进行评论转发。
I was ready. I came back. I had a pretty good game.
好看这边穆迪埃，交给我。
这位老师应该没有。
而这边穆迪埃特好的呀。
Suddenly Beijing didn't look as all confident as they used to because they had a young and ambitious point guard going right at their throats.
外线我超远3分，这是真大号3分了，穆迪埃。没错，他们打接不上了，对，一上来就是嘛。哦，穆迪埃，感觉是9输战阵憋着口气儿上来了。今天好表现之后，
Emmanuel led his team to victory in one of the best games of his young career. With that epic comeback under his belt, Emmanuel has cemented himself as the Tigers' hero. The team's season ended on a buzzer-beating loss to Beijing in the next game. But Mudiay had completed his exchange program, gained millions of fans, and set himself up as a lottery pick.
With the 7th pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay. He last played for Guangdong in China.
Mudiyay's departure to the draft marked a major milestone, but Americans aren't the only point guards in the CBA with killer crossovers. Head to North China, you'll come across a city called Benchi, just 200 miles from North Korea. It's frigid cold, industrial, and pretty damn sleepy, but it's also home to one of the most electrifying point guards of the CBA, Guo Alun. Guo became the first Chinese player to sign with Jordan Brand and spent the summer in LA training with the likes of Russell Westbrook. And in his game, you'll see more Allen Iverson than Yao Ming.
中国球员来说，可能比较勤奋吧，然后训练什么的就是比较勤奋，可能知道自己身体上跟其他国家，就是有一些差距吧，然后所以说可能只有勤奋的去训练吧，我觉得。在我小的时候，我特别喜欢艾弗森，然后看过艾弗森的集锦啊，篮球的那种集锦，包括他的。然后我还喜欢托尼·帕克啊，我特别感觉他们都是个子非常矮，而且在这个也不是那么强壮，所以但是 NBA 打那么好，所以那时候特别喜欢。
觉得确实就是姚明的就是成功吧，就是更多的世界上知道中国篮球的，可能去了解中国篮球，让大家掀起了一个就是比之前更热的篮球，在中国来说篮球的热潮吧，我觉得就是带动了中国篮球很多的发展，我觉得。但是，我觉得中国篮球的发展光靠一个人是不够的吧？我觉得整个一个集体的水平的上升，才说明，我们中国篮球真正的去变好。所以说我希望能看到那一天。
While CBA fans are used to seeing skilled floor generals, most have never seen a homegrown guard with explosiveness and style. On a nightly basis, Guo is redefining what the nation thinks about a Chinese point guard.
在中国，确实现在打球的人很多，我觉得就是喜欢看篮球的和，喜欢就是那种篮球爱好者，确实也很多。
我觉得中国的球员在美国就是平时都是身体素质可能会差一些吧，而郭艾伦他在就是去美国训练嘛，总是，然后他的打球风格就是非常的硬，然后突破非常的。
是一名特别出色、特别棒的一名球员，长得也很帅。
一个字就是帅，然后详细点就是突破很棒，然后防守也非常积极。
牛逼，就是郭艾伦牛逼。
我还是觉得我做的还是不够，我还想做得更好吧，是第一。第二就是我觉得确实非常感谢球迷，家乡的球迷。
衷心的祝福啊，我们辽宁男篮取得胜利，感谢你们的拍摄，配合你们拍摄，谢谢你们。
在这个不算太大的城市里面，然后能掀起一个就是说这么篮球的热潮，在这一个就是寒冷的冬天。我希望我用我的球技啊，然后或者说在场上表现，给他们带来快乐。
And that's what it all comes back to: the fans and the nation that will never get enough basketball.
The fans is what I miss more than anything, just because they appreciated me over there for, what I did, especially, they called me China boy over there. I took what I learned in China, I brought it here. If I never went through what I went through over there, I don't know how I would handle I'll handle some of the stuff here.
你話就係依家其實中國籃球咧，嗰個球迷佢係一個向上嘅階段，再喺呢個咁多球入邊，再去慢慢地有啲球隊嘅死忠分子、忠實球迷咁樣。
我覺得依家有姚明主席咧喺度，即係籌劃緊嗰個中國籃球落一盤好大嘅棋咯，即係把中國嘅個籃球水平啊，不斷喺走個正確嘅道路上。
From Mudiay injecting some young excitement into the CBA, to Guo Alun emulating AI, to a tea house talking hoops like a barbershop, it's easy to see the NBA has permeated Chinese culture. But what we're starting to see is a flow the other way. As the game keeps improving and the competition gets better in China, the issue of when the US will see the next Yao isn't if, but when.